Yeah, welcome everyone, Sanju Uchiha here, and welcome back to the channel. And it's that time of the month again where we discuss our expectations and predictions and all these speculations when it comes on to the upcoming chapter of the Boruto manga. Of course, this month we are expecting Boruto manga chapter 51, so that should be interesting. Whether you're a person that like blindly supports Boruto or you actually don't like Boruto but still you kind of read it, or you're in the middle of the road, I think everybody has some expectations when it comes on to this upcoming chapter. But of course, as usual, before we get into it, we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, everyone. So of course, I would appreciate the support. Of course, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to ensure the Uchiha clan doesn't run out of chakra like a certain Uchiha in the Boruto anime. Then yeah, definitely, I'd appreciate it. But yo, respect for tuning in. Let's dive into the discussion, guys. So Boruto chapter 51. Of course, we kind of have to recap and talk about how chapter 50 ended and just the revelations that we got with that chapter. Now, of course, we found out that Isshiki can't actually go ahead and kill Boruto Uzumaki. Of course, this is more likely because of the fact that he is the vessel of Momoshiki Otsutsuki. I don't know what that was. But yeah, it's most likely because he's the vessel of Momoshiki. Why? So of course, as I said for my expectations video for chapter 50 last month before that chapter dropped, one thing that this line of the next 4 chapters starting with chapter 50 needs to really establish is some specifics and some more content when it comes on to how the Otsutsuki clan works, so as to at least get us more invested in them as antagonists. Because the fact of the matter is the Boruto side of the franchise fights an uphill battle to get the audience invested in the Otsutsuki clan, a clan I feel like a lot of persons have not really, they don't have the warmest feelings for as a result of their involvement at the end of the Naruto story. So these chapters from 50 onwards really need to establish that, especially considering that we are basically starting or going into the midway point of the Boruto story, if at least if we're still on track with the scheduled length of the Boruto manga, as Ikemoto himself had pointed out that he wanted it to be 28 volumes. As of chapter 51, I believe we're either ending volume 13 or starting volume 14, so it's one or the other, so we're more or less halfway there. So some things really need to be established when it comes down to Otsutsuki clan, and given the revelation we had with Boruto and Isshiki there in terms of the dynamic when it comes on to this current fight, I think chapter 51 needs to go more into the specifics between Isshiki and probably a flashback with his time with Momoshiki during the Otsutsuki clan, well, in the Otsutsuki clan, probably like 1,000 years ago or whatever the case may be, or just some idea of how the politics of the Otsutsuki clan actually work, because that's going to be vital going into the time skip, I feel. Now, granted, Sasuke himself is mostly mostly out of commission already, unfortunately. Jado, like, Sasuke just can't catch a break. So, but we still have Naruto in the mix, who's still relatively healthy as when it comes on to being able to actually fight. Now, Boruto himself, I believe, should be low on chakra since he used that space-time ninjutsu via karma. So I don't think Boruto himself should have a lot of chakra left. But given, if I'm thinking things are going to go the way I think they're gonna go, I believe we should see Boruto assume karma level 2, or Momoshiki might come out. There might be a small skirmish between Boroshiki and Isshiki, and given how Boroshiki actually, given the statements he made about Boruto's chakra levels in the previous time he in the fight against Boro, more than likely Naruto might be a central part of the plan where, you know, Boroshiki might actually use some of the QB chakra and team up with Naruto to fight Isshiki at the moment. Now, I'm expecting something like that, but on the flip side of that, given that Boruto doesn't have a lot of chakra left, I don't feel that's the case. Isshiki could actually remove him from the battlefield, and then the decision in terms of what happens next could be placed in Boruto's hand, because if he removes Boruto from the field, there's only Naruto left, and then Isshiki doesn't have a problem beating Naruto. So, so it is what it is. So Isshiki could put Boruto in a situation like that where he has to choose what happens in terms of the next phase of this whole, you know, konoha invasion. Now, on the flip side of that, as well, we have the Kawaki side of it, and even though last chapter I don't think gave enough indication of, you know, the options that they have, because there's not really much they can do until Isshiki comes back to Konoha, or Naruto, Sasuke, and Boruto come back to Konoha. I think the dream that Kawaki had in chapter 50 of his times with Isshiki through when he was in Jigen's body is more likely going to play a role, or is going to affect the decision Kawaki is going to make at some point. And I feel I could actually see this chapter ending with Kawaki deciding or making some, you know, final decision in terms of what's going to happen next. And I would imagine that's still going to be like Amado as well might actually factor into that. So there's that to look out for too in terms of that. Now it might be a stretch because I don't think there might be enough time to include it, but maybe some Kashin Koji, maybe, or maybe after all this is over, it would be the better time to get Kashin Koji. Let me know in the comment section below. So there is definitely that. Now, between the Otsutsuki clan, the continuation of the fight with Momoshiki and Naruto teaming up potentially, Kawaki potentially making a decision here and there. I don't think there's much else left to expect for the chapter, because I could go on an entire, like, you know, marathon in terms of discussing what could happen, but at the end of the day, only so much can actually happen within the chapter itself. So there's that, really and truly. I don't think, well, by the time this video goes up, there might be some spoilers out. You guys know I don't usually cover spoilers anyway, but so yeah, that's really and truly it. But that's pretty much it for the most part in terms of my expectations for the upcoming chapter itself. We just need some more on the Otsutsuki clan. We need more from the perspective of Kawaki and Amado. I think a lot of Boruto fans are thinking this as well. There's obviously more to Amado than meets the eye. And now that I think about it, now that I even mentioned Kashin Koji as well, the statement they made before they left the Kara base about them carrying equipment for them to use, I would imagine that could be room for Kashin Koji to actually, I don't know, I'm trying to theorize what it could be. Wow, it's hard to say, but there is more to Amado's plan, Amado and Kashin Koji's plan, than meets the eye. And I'm kind of dying to find out what in terms of what the data and the things they brought with them, what is that going to be used for? Because I think with this chapter, it would be nice to start getting some inklings of what that data and the equipment that he brought with him actually is. So there's that to potentially look out for as well. So give me your best guess in the comment section below in terms of the data and the equipment that Amado carried with him. What could it potentially be used for? And obviously Kashin Koji has some idea of what it might be. So even though they had this whole, you know, Amado may just have used Kashin Koji and all that might not have been the case, and there be maybe something more morally good about Amado than meets the eye, even though he's done all these terrible experiments on kids on the behalf of Isshiki. So yeah, but at the end of the day, Naruto's gonna get his ass kicked. Yo, Shadow, be sure to subscribe, people. Like the video if you did, dislike if you didn't. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and your expectations for the Boruto chapter. Of course, you can always hit me up on Discord if you want to talk about your expectations more as well. Nothing too crazy. That's always an open door right there. So yeah, but that's all I have for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the review, or if there's any other tidbit of information that I'm in the mood for covering regarding the Boruto chapter, like any light spoilers maybe, because I try not to go too deep into spoilers for Boruto. But hey, let's see how it goes. Sanji Uchiha, thanks for tuning in again, and I'll see you guys in the next Boruto video.